It's pretty simple, actually. There's a radar on the bottom of it, sort of like the radar gun that the police use to give you a ticket. Well, this thing has a radar that tells us how far the satellite is from the ocean surface. So it bounces a wave off, measures the return time, and then it also has a bunch of positioning systems. So if you know where the satellite is and you know how far it is from the water, then you can use both of those pieces of information to tell you how tall the ocean is. And that's what we're measuring, the height of the ocean. Well, the satellites were built originally in the early 1990s to help oceanographers figure out what the currents in the ocean were doing. Because whenever there's a current in the ocean, it tilts the sea surface. And this set of satellites measures that tilt. So it tells us about ocean currents, but it does a whole bunch of other stuff too. Warmer water literally stands taller than colder water. So it helps us see where the heat is in the ocean. And lastly, if you average over the entire planet, we can see the global rise in the oceans caused by human created climate change. If you think about it, more than two-thirds of the planet are covered by the oceans. So as we watch the levels of the oceans rise, we're really watching the entire planet be reshaped by this signal that we're causing in the climate. And of course, that has huge implications for people all around the world. Hundreds of millions of people will be affected by the rising oceans in the coming decades as the storm surge or the high tide that didn't really used to matter, all of a sudden it's in your living room. Traditionally, we measure sea level at the coastline with tide gauges. And these are great records. Some of them go back more than 100 years. So they give us a historical perspective, but they're only at those single points. And the oceans cover more than two-thirds of the planet's surface. So if you want to see the whole thing, you have to do it from the bird's eye view.